Welcome back to Rigorous Researching, a show where we interview specialists from around the world to learn about their unique findings. This week's episode, we dig deeper to discover the amazing relationship between sports and religion. Today, we welcome Stephanie Nadeau to the show, a specialist on sports and religion. Hello, Stephanie.
Hey, David.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Let's jump right into it. So over the past few months, you have been exploring the positive impacts of religious values within sports. Can you tell us how your journey began?
Yeah, of course. So growing up in Catholic schools, religion has always been very important to me. Throughout my university years, I continue to enroll into religion classes. And then on the other hand, we have sports. So soccer is personally my favorite sport. I've been playing it since I've been about 8 years old. However, it was really when I was 20 that I began to see those effects of my personal faith within my playing style. The way I was thinking was a little different from the other athletes that weren't as religious as I was. So it's then that I began to ask myself if religious values were integrated into a soccer team, if it would improve the team, and in which ways. So it was these questions that sparked my interest and allowed me to continue and to develop this study.
As well, we cannot deny that whether it is found in the religious purpose of ancient Olympic Games, in curses believed to plague the Chicago Cubs, or in the figure of Tim Tebow, religion and sports have been and are still tightly intertwined. As Jeffrey School's Raphael Sassower state in their book, Religion and Sport in American Culture.
Wow, those are great questions. Now tell us, how is it you went about your study? What methods did you use?
Fortunately, I was able to work really closely with the women's soccer team called Forza FC. I actually myself used to be a player on that team. However, due to some injuries, I kind of just took a coaching position instead. So thankfully, I was able to put that team through various exercises. We had multiple discussions, and I was able to put my theories to the test and analyze the results. And so my findings conclude that religious values, specifically faith, compassion, and loyalty, serves as a mean for increasing positivity within sports and a team environment.
Well, with no further ado, tell us about your findings.
So first off, my findings suggest that when faith is integrated into sports, it improves the team's overall faith in one another. It also encourages faith in oneself. This allows the athletes to gain confidence, which leads to growth as players and as individuals. So ultimately, both combined together, faith in oneself and in one another, helps develop the team in a very positive way. During my research, I had the pleasure of coaching a few practices. During those practices, we never touched a ball. As a team, we did team building activities. This allowed the players to just simply have fun, get to know each other off the field, and most importantly, develop their faith in each other.
According to David Ukilson, core components to consider in building a successful team include having a shared vision and unity of purpose, collaborative and synergistic teamwork, individual and mutual accountability, an identity as a team, a positive team culture, a cohesive group atmosphere, open and honest communication process, peer helping and social support, and trust at all levels.
Developing the players' faith, however, was a little difficult, as faith is something you cannot see. If we take a peek into the Bible, the meaning of faith can be described as the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And that one there is by Hebrews. So this passage is meaningful as faith in oneself and in teammates cannot be seen. However, it can be experienced and strengthened. For example, having faith in your goalie, faith in players to make the right decisions. This can be strengthened by accomplished actions. A successful pass back to the goalie, even when they're under pressure, allows the players to trust their goalie time and time again after the goalie has successfully cleared the ball. Ultimately, this faith that is unseen to the eye allows for a more positive experience of play. On the other hand, faith in oneself is equally as important. During my research, one particular player caught my eye. A player who was brand new to the team, was struggling at the beginning of the season, but since that time, she has developed and become a key part of the team. So I asked her, what changed?
Hi, my name is Rachel Baxendall. I'm a play center mid on FC Forza women's soccer team. This is my first year on the team. I play center midfield. I'm number 17. This year has been a pretty big year for me. I was brand new on the team, so I was a little bit timid and shy at the beginning, but Faith gave me confidence in myself and the team, and it led to me becoming a better player. At the end of the season, ultimately I played a big role on the team, and I was super confident. I had a lot of fun.
Moreover, faith in coaches is very important in order to develop the team in positive ways. Dirks explains that trust in leadership is assumed to be an important determinant of team performance. In short, trust in leadership is important in that it allows the team to be willing to accept their leader's activities, their goals, their decisions, and they work hard to achieve them.
Overall, being able to have faith in your players allows a positive experience of play.
Secondly, when compassion is incorporated into the team, positive emotions are shown towards all members involved. Teammates, coaches, referees, and even the rival team. This teaches greater sportsmanship and leads to a better environment. To pull from the Bible, Paul quote that, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." God wanted us to be compassionate for one another and care for others. This is equally as important in sports. That's why I introduced sportsmanship to the team. I also put in place a few rules. For example, at the end of the game, we always shake the other team's hand, we always shake the ref's hand, no matter what happened during that game. Number 2, we never argue with the refs. And thirdly, we show sportsmanship towards the other team by being compassionate. And lastly, number 4, always show kindness and care towards our own players. We also had a little chat about win at all costs attitude. So the win at all cost attitude is a mindset that you would do absolutely anything to win. That includes cheating, that includes foul play, and ultimately is not sportsmanlike. So we had a chat about that, and we put in place a few ways to stray away from the win at all cost attitude and lean towards a more sportsmanlike game. So being sportsmanlike is something that resonates really strongly with me personally. Caring for each other is really important to me, and overall I think that it really improves the team dynamic. When a player is hurt, their teammates are always there to support them on and off the field. So speaking out of personal experience, when I got injured, I was really cared for. I had teammates helping me off the field. I had other teammates giving me suggestions, giving me names of physiotherapists and of doctors to go see. So all in all, I felt really cared for, and that was really something that was important to me. Mary D. Fry and Emily Kramer state that caring climates have been shown to increase enjoyment and the likelihood that athletes will continue their sport participation. Additionally, young adults experiencing a caring climate have reported increases in self-confidence and their abilities. Caring, task-involving, and ego-involving motivational climates are key in predicting athletes' experiences on sports teams.
Another example of sportsmanship do exist in professional sports. Cal Ripken, for example, is often cited as an athlete who symbolizes true sportsmanship because he is focused on mastering basic skills and achieving his personal goals. That example was given by J.D. Goldstein and Seppo. Globally, compassion and sportsmanship go hand in hand and leads to a better all-around environment.
Finally, my research proves that loyalty to the team leads to greater success. The act of showing up on time for games and practices, knowing one's responsibilities on and off the field, and attending team events creates loyal teammates and pushes the team to become successful. In order to increase loyalty, I created team events such as flow, prayer time, and meditation. I pulled some great ideas from Jackson's article, Sacred Hoops. He quotes that the experience of sitting silently together in a group tends to bring about a subtle shift in consciousness and strengthens the team bond. Jackson also states that the idea was to heighten the feeling of intimacy, the sense that we were engaged in something sacred and inviolate, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I also like to keep in mind this particular passage from the Bible. So by Proverbs, some friends play at friendship, but a true friend stays closer than one's nearest kin. I believe that if I could bring the team to be more than friends and to be more like family, it would really strengthen that team bond. Moreover, when discussing loyalty with the team, they imply that loyalty is respecting each other, showing up on time for games and practices, and knowing your responsibilities. Liz, a player and a Catholic elementary school teacher, mentioned that loyalty towards a team is like attending church. Every Sunday we dedicate ourselves to showing up, paying our respects, and we also know our responsibilities as a Catholic. These few steps greatly increased teamwork within the team and led to an increase in success as well.
Overall, due to the loyalty, the team was able to become more successful through hard work and dedication.
To sum it up, David, I took an ordinary soccer team. I integrated 3 religious values, including faith, compassion, and loyalty. And I found positive, concrete changes to the team.
Faith increased teamwork and led to an overall better experience of play. Compassion introduced sportsmanship, which led to a positive environment. And finally, loyalty allowed the team to find more success. Now I wonder, if the same 3 values were integrated on a larger scale, for example, in society, would we be able to see the same positive impacts, such as better experiences, positive environment, and more success?
Wow, that was great. Thank you very much for coming. See you next time. That's it for today's episode.